So peeps, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do how to set up Group Manager. Now, Group Manager is a really easy plugin from Bukkit that's in Essentials that really helps to have different classes and different permissions. So if you log onto a server and you see, let's see, my server's not up, but and you see someone talk and it says admin, then their name, and then they have like rights to do everything, then that's basically what it is. You might have tried Permissions X before, but I'm sorry, but that is an absolute bitch to set up, so I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to stick with Group Manager. Alright, so let's straight away go into here. Let's go ahead and run my server, just so as we're going along, I can show you what's going on in the server. Now, you can actually keep the server running. You just have to go /reload when you want something to save and change. I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, so here we have moderator Ben Steer. That was just to show you. Okay, so if I was a moderator and the owner said, I'm not going to be doing this anymore, you could be owner or whatever, for some reason, you just go /man promote Ben Steer, well, any username that you personally want to change, and then to the class that wants to change. So if the person was a builder and you thought they were helping everyone and you want them as a moderator, you can go man promote, their username, and then moderator. So let's just put here myself as owner because I need to. Okay, so what that will do is, depending on what group you are set to, it will always say this: you are moved to the group, and then whatever group you are. So now, when the person talks, they'll be able to see that. Well, everyone will be able to see owner, their username, and then what they said. So that won't only just change this; it will also change their permissions, rights, and everything. Alright, so let's just leave that close. Let's leave that minimized for now, and let's go ahead and go into plugins. Alright, so of course you want to download it first. You just go to plugin list, type in essentials, the first one, a collection of useful commands in here. If you haven't got essentials already, I would definitely recommend it. It's a brilliant plugin. It has really useful commands. So if you haven't got it already, go ahead and click the core download. If you have got it, just go, or you just want Group Manager, just click the Manager download, and that what will come in here is 2 jar files. You need both of them. One of them is the bridge, and one of them is the Group Manager. If you don't have the bridge, it won't work. So what you want to do is you want to highlight them both, drag it in, and then when that's done, you can go ahead and run the server. Now, what else you need, if you only got Group Manager, before you run the server, you need Essentials Chat, otherwise you won't be able to see what class you are on the chat. So you need to get the core download. You don't need to have the whole of Essentials, but what you need is Essentials Chat. Now, if you had the whole of Essentials, you probably already have it, but otherwise you just want to grab it in. And then when that's all done, you have the 3 new jar files, or whatever, however many if you got all of Essentials, and go ahead and click run. But I don't have that, so I'm going to go /reload. Actually, my bad. But okay, so when you've done that, you want to have the server off when you're adding new plugins, but if you're just changing the plugins, you can keep it on and go reload in the system or on Minecraft. Okay, so now you have that. It will say a lot of config stuff here, but that's fine. That's just starting up the new folders for Essentials and Group Manager. So at the bottom, you should see Group Manager info, Bukkit permissions updated. Now, hopefully, you don't have a dated version or it's not working, and there's a load of like severe warnings everywhere. But you should be fine. So just go back into plugins. We'll have a look here. Right. So you see everything. We'll go into that. And now we'll go into Group Manager. Okay, so now you have 4 folders. Well, 2 folders and 2 YML files. Okay, so here is your backup. This is your automatic backups, just in case you lose your stuff. So this keeps all of your users that have been online, so you don't lose all of them. You don't have to man promote them, and I'll show you what that means in a minute. Okay, so you've got worlds, so that displays all of your worlds. Normally you just have one, but if you have more than one, then it will display them. Okay, so this is the config. This is the main config. Hasn't got much to do with the actual groups, because this is pretty different. Right, so I'll just read out. With this enabled, anyone set as an ARP has full permissions when managing Group Manager. This user will be able to promote players to the same group or even above. Okay, so that's called op override. I'll just show you that quickly because I'm an op on my server at the minute because it is in the alpha. Oh, look, Ryan's on. Okay, so basically what's happened is if you're an op, your name will be in red. Ignore the texture pack; it will still definitely be in red. And if you're in red, you're an op. That means that you have all permissions because making a YouTube vid Trollface. Okay, that's not Trollface, but ignore that. That means you have full permissions, and you can do absolutely anything, and you can promote other players to the same group, so whatever group you are, or even above. So if you're a moderator, to admin if you're not. But after the full permissions, what my people like to do is take all the ops off. But if you're an owner, you might still might want to keep it as yourself as an op, just so you have that bit of override in case something goes very wrong. Okay, so this is the data. This is all about the saving. How often will group managers save? And it's date back to groups and users.yml. Okay, so every 10 minutes, that means that it will save and let's see, do we have it here? That it will save this and then it will put it in the actual users.yml number of hours that it will retain the backups. So that's the group manager backup that I showed before. So after 24 hours, if you want this as 1 hour, if you want them to be near enough the same, you just have to put how long you want it to back up. Backups are pretty important because you don't want to lose everything, of course. Okay, logging. This is the level of detail that you want Group Manager to log what's going on. So at the minute, it's just the info. So if you go into the logs, it's just telling you what's happened or what's happening, whatever. But you can have all, config, fine, finer, finest, info, off, severe, or warning. So you can have quite a few, but at the minute it's just info. I leave all of this, to be honest, because I don't really use it, but you guys can go ahead, go into it. If you need more detail, search into it, and you can customize it as much as you want, because Group Manager is very customizable. Alright, okay, so blah, 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 blah. The rest of it, I'm pretty sure you can read yourself, because the green writing is pretty good. World Nether, it will just say your users, but this can get pretty complicated down here, so at the minute that's why I leave it. So, one sec, let me just close these, blah blah blah, yes. Okay, sorry, that's another plugin, ignore that. Okay, so here we have global groups. Okay, so this is what you'll see. I have changed nothing in this global groups. This is what you see as soon as you first open global groups. Okay, so what it has here is the permissions for the essentials default. So if you log onto the server and you've set the default as default, so they're not a build up, they're not anything. They just have these commands. They have help op, list, the message of the day, rules, spawn, and notify self. Okay, so these are all the essential commands that people have. So this is the essentials builder. This is what the essential team have set up specifically for builder commands when you have a builder class set up. Okay, so they've got AFK, away from keyboard, back. I'm not going to read through them all. You can if you want on your own when you've got it. It will say, most of them will be group manager, but some will be the, so if you're a moderator, it will have the proper commands like ban IP, ban player, game mode, kick, unban IP, unban player, and etc. for that. Now, now what we're going to do is we're going to go into worlds. As I was saying before, if you have more than one world, you might want to copy and paste the groups into it so you don't have to do it all again. So if you go into world, whatever your world's called, you'll see two groups. You have users and groups. Users will display how many users have been on or how many users you have changed their group to. So here we've got moderator, moderator, moderator. I'm still a moderator at the minute until I save it. Moderator, blah, 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 admin, moderator, blah, blah. Okay, so this will be pretty blank at the minute. Well, it won't actually be completely blank. It will probably display your name if you have Minecraft running, but otherwise it will have these weird people that you've never heard of. Now they're just the makers. You don't really want them, so you just want to delete them and make sure everything's in line, and then you should be fine. So go ahead, click save when you've deleted the both. I can't bother to at the minute. Why do I keep going back to iConomy? Ignore me. Okay, so now